people that waited in line just to share this experience of Venom, Candyman, Night of the Living Dead, The Rock, Final Destination. But I want you to know you are now entering the
Cinema
Chop Shop with a top and a pop. Boom, boom, bop.
The Cinema Chop Shop.
What's going on, everybody? It's Davey from the 80s, and you are now entering the Cinema Chop Shop. So park your ass right there. Right there, don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the damn subscribe button. And today we are here to do a video. But before we do that, I got to introduce the usual suspect, the man you haven't seen in a while, a man that you don't even see on his own damn channel because he's done abandoned it, evacuated it, and went somewhere else. Say hello to Senor Del Boy from Movie Mash, Third Reel, and now Copycat Recipe Reviews. Say hello to everybody.
Hello. How you doing, everyone? I've got a bit of a flu at the moment, but he's roped me into doing this, so here we go. What can I do? Say no. So yeah, right. Please like and subscribe to this guy's channel, and jump over to mine if you want to know more about food.
All right, so yeah, so I will link his food channel because apparently his other channels don't exist. Anyway, so today we are going to give our top 5 movies of 2024. Right, we're already in a brand new year, 2025. Yay! I wanted to do this video sooner, but you know, time and life and all the other stuff gets in the way. But better late than never. So I want to start off with a couple of honorable mentions. I'm not really going to get into too much details about each of these films. I just wanted to recognize them because they were decent films. They didn't make it, but they didn't crack my top 5. So Nosferatu, highly enjoyed the movie. Thought it was really well shot. I have some problems with it, especially with the lead, Johnny Depp's daughter. The movie's a little bit slow, but it still doesn't take away too much from it. It's a great film. If you guys haven't seen Never Let Go with Halle Berry, super underrated movie of last year. I thought it went under the radar. I thought that was a fun movie dealing with grief, and it's a psychological thriller. If you guys haven't seen Lisa Frankenstein to me is like the modern version of Edward Scissorhands. I thought that was a fun movie as well too. Monkey Man is literally, if you want an easy comparison, it's like John Wick in India. I thought that was a pretty good one, and it's funny because it's brought to you by Jordan Peele's Monkey Paw Productions. Blink Twice. This one almost made my list with Channing Tatum. That was a really good movie. It was hard not to put it in my list because it was that damn good. Sadly, also Alien Romulus didn't make my top 5 list. I really enjoyed that movie as well too. Also, Strange Darling. If you guys haven't seen Strange Darling, it's like a Quentin Tarantino-esque movie. I thought that was really good as well too. You should definitely check that out. It's in chapters. Has a cool little twist. And then also there's a French movie by the name of Sting. It is a bug movie. It's like a movie about infestation and shit. But that movie was actually really damn good as well too. Like, I enjoyed it. It was very entertaining, well acted, fun all the way through. So those are my honorable mentions. You got any honorable mentions that you want to throw out there?
First of all, like you said, I wanted to say Never Let Go. Yeah, it close to getting into my top 5. The one with Halle Berry. Is it Never Let Go? I think the name is right.
Yeah, Never Let Go.
Yeah, all right. I want to say The Heretic came in close as well. And the last one was The Salem's Lot. Now, these ain't not all of these movies that I'm picking aren't the best. They're just what I like the most, if you get what I mean. But I think those 3 nearly made it into my top 5.
You enjoyed Salem's Lot that much?
I did, yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
I mean, look, let's get into it. It's been a very mediocre year, right? It's been at least.
It's been a really mediocre year, but damn, like, yeah. I mean,
I enjoyed it a lot more than expected. Weren't the greatest, but I had a good bit of fun with it. I liked the visuals and everything on it.
Yeah. Also, damn, what's the damn movie? The movie with Johnny. For some reason, I'm drawing a blank.
Johnny.
The The violence movie, the one with the dude walking in the. We reacted to it. We
Oh,
watched it.
how you interviewed the guy and you can't think of the bloody
I
name.
can't. I'm drawing the blank on the freaking movie. What's the movie called?
I forgot to.
In a Violent Nature.
Violent Nature. He
In a Violent
interviewed
Nature.
the main character in it. Yeah, and he's forgotten the name. I hope he ain't watching.
No, it
this.
was just I just drew a blank. It happens every once in a while. We're going through a lot of crisis right here in California. There's a lot of smoke everywhere. It's making your brain foggy and everything. I've been drawing blanks lately, and low key, this shit gives you a headache. And then also, I want to just take a quick moment to say my thoughts and prayers are with the families that are experiencing any sort of issues with the fires. If you lost somebody, if you lost a loved one, if you lost animals, if you lost a home, anybody that's being even threatened minutely by this fire or impacted in any way, my thoughts are with you. I just want to throw that out there.
Because I've been watching it here on the news here in London, and I'm actually watching it quite a lot, and it's like something out of an apocalypse horror movie like I've never seen, you know. So yeah, my thoughts are for everyone as well. Animals, people, anyone who's lost anything or in a crisis. Yeah, definitely, I agree.
Yeah. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into our top 5 list of the year. So it was on your honorable mention, but it actually cracked my list. I wanted to start off with The Heretic. Now, I really enjoyed The Heretic mostly because of the dialogue. The dialogue in the movie to me was top notch. It was really, really well thought off, really well executed. I mean, the ending, the payoff at the end was kind of like, but I really felt like the concept, the idea, the acting in the movie was so up there that it just kind of like it took away my little critiques from the ending. I thought that movie was really well acted all the way through in the concept. It was good because it makes you even think, like, when people talk about the original, you know, and that conversation that they had about Monopoly, that was eye-opening to me because I didn't know that there was a game before Monopoly. I could see it definitely happening, but it made you start thinking like, okay, there are always predecessors to whatever deems itself the original, you know. And then that conversation kind of segued into the concept of religion. And I just thought it was a really good conversation. And the fact that he's putting them through this process in order to make them kind of see the error of their, I guess, their beliefs. I thought that was a really interesting way to kind of like, or interesting direction to take a movie. So I thought the movie was fantastic. I thought it was really good. I know it didn't crack your top 5, but yeah.
No, I agree. It nearly hit the top 5. Look, if we did a top 10, those what I just said would definitely be in it, if you get what I mean. And top 10 is still very high compared to everything else that's come out this year, you know?
Yeah,
So, yeah.
definitely.
Do you want me to hear mine?
Yeah, go ahead. Top 5.
Late Night with the Devil.
Ooh, dang, that's her 5? Okay.
Yeah, that's 5, yeah.
All right.
It's not like 5 is still high, you know? Just, it was definitely original. I love the 70s look, and they really made it look 70s. The whole thing felt like it was something out of a 70s TV show. The effects and the practicals look really good. What they done with no budget was simply like amazing. The only critique I had was I didn't like the last 5-10 minutes of the film. I think you should just start going off into. There was this one moment in the movie where he was leaving the studio and the lights were going off and it was all kind of freaking out and the doors closed. Perfect way to end it. But then they went on with the wife and all this other things. And I get it. I'm not knocking it. I was just like, that kind of brought it down a little bit for me. If it just ended with them closing the doors, that would have been just great. You know,
a lot of people got turned off by the worm thing.
What part was that?
Once the hypnotist dude made the co-host think he was a worm.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people were turned off by that.
No, it didn't bother me. It's just, as I said, like they didn't need to go too. I felt like it didn't need to go too deep into him doing shit with his wife and all that stuff. Just kind of, that was when they closed the studio, the lights went off. I thought that's where they should have ended it, just there. That would have been great. But again, I'm not knocking it. It's still great. You know.
Okay. All right. Coming in at number 4 for me, I want to throw out Cuckoo. I had the privilege of watching a pre-screener to Cuckoo. It has Dan Stevens in it. Dan Stevens is low key like one of my favorite underrated actors that's out right now. Everything that he's been dropping. So I love this character in freaking Abigail, the vampire movie. Dan Stevens has been
yeah, of course, right? Yeah.
yeah,
English.
Dan Stevens been killing it. So him being in this movie, even though his fucking German accent was like kind of distracting, I still thoroughly enjoyed this damn movie. I thought it was well shot. There is some amazing cinematography in here, and I thought that the monsters, not effect, but yeah, the effect that the monster had on people, like its power, I thought that was really cool. And overall, it was just, to me, it was just a super original idea. I had a lot of fun with it. I enjoyed myself thoroughly. That's my number 4 with Cuckoo.
I didn't like it at all.
I know you didn't. It's you, Q, Rashad. There's a bunch of people I know that didn't like it, but I really enjoyed myself with that movie.
Yeah, it bored the hell out of me. It was just going on, and I get there's parts of it I liked, but it just went on to way too long. I'm not sure if Nicolas Cage overacted a tad.
Nicolas
I
Cage.
know. Yeah, it was Nicolas Cage, wasn't it?
Nicolas Cage isn't in that movie. Dan Stevens is in it.
Oh, you're talking about Abigail.
No, I'm talking about Cuckoo.
So which is the one with Nicolas Cage in?
You're thinking of Longlegs, dude.
Right. Sorry. Then maybe I haven't seen Cuckoo.
Cuckoo's the movie, like there's a girl.
He's on a bike at one point and she's going through the
that one. She's on a bike.
Yeah, sorry. The smoke is coming onto my brain now. But no, that actually wasn't too bad. I wouldn't put it in my top 5, but yeah, I remember. Yeah, that was
with the monster with the red glasses on that like screamed, and then it makes you freeze, and then they did like the little, I don't know, it was the cinematography in that movie was crazy, and
especially with some of it, when the old woman was chasing her after the bike, I was like, that looks messed up, you know?
Yeah, dude, she was booking it in the floor like,
that
was crazy.
But no, I thought you meant that Longlegs because I thought
I didn't like Longlegs. I thought that was a very overhyped movie.
So boring. But yeah, as I say, like that was pretty good. I'll come in with my number 4 was I was gonna say Sting.
Oh, you watched it. You watched Sting.
Sting, the spider.
Yeah, with the spider.
Yeah. It's I'm not saying it's the greatest movie.
I'm not questioning this at all. This pick is actually pretty good to me. I like that movie a lot.
Yeah, I was just surprised what they done with the film, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, the dark nature of it, but it was kind of funny in parts. I'm not one of those people who get creeped out by spiders. Like, I mean, I don't love them, but it's just, people just jump around the place they see one. I don't care. I pick it up and throw it out. But there is a line when you see a pretty big one, I ain't picking that one up. But this thing was just all messed up. I just liked it. It just surprised me. I had a lot of fun with it, and that's where that is.
It took over that whole apartment building.
Yeah,
and it's crazy because there was 2 Spider movies last year, right? It was Sting and then that other one, and the other one with the whistle. I forgot the name of it. There was another Spider movie where it was like this little girl in an apartment building. She found like a spider and like she whistled and it whistled back or something. I forgot the name of it, but that one wasn't all that good. But Sting was fucking good. Yeah. I had a lot of fun with Sting. Coming in at number 3, Civil War. That was an A24 movie. Now, I didn't know what the hell to expect with this movie at all. And it's kind of funny because in the movie, it's like, oh, California and Texas have band together in order to fight the rest of the country, which is something that in my mind, I was like, that would probably never freaking happen. But I thought it was a really interesting concept. The movie is following 2 people who are basically documenting the war, and the whole idea is like they're supposed to capture like the grittiest shit, and they're training this young camera woman or camera girl in order to kind of like do the same shit. And it's just really their journey, and then also you have the war and the conclusion of the war being like a backdrop to the story as well. Even though it's a long ass movie, you don't even feel it. Like you become immersed in the film. Really well acted, beautifully shot. it was an interesting perspective of a war movie. It takes like a general war movie idea and it kind of puts it in the background and makes that like the backstory, and then adds another layer to it with how these characters, or how the main character copes with the transition from being like this regular ass person to becoming desensitized to violence, and then also becoming immersed in kind of like basically putting their job and their job above everything else, because at the end of the movie, that ultimate sacrifice that she makes, where she basically watches one of her colleagues die in order to get that perfect shot. I thought it was kind of Shakespearean in a way, but that's my number 3, Civil War.
Okay, mine. Probably a lot of people are going to go, what? It's Terrifier 3.
Can't get mad at you.
I liked 1, obviously. I liked 2 more. No, I wouldn't say more. I'm not sure, but I wasn't sure. I really liked 3. I really, really liked 3. Yeah, it's not Shakespeare, but I'm telling you, I was laughing. Don't know if I was crying. I was laughing and hiding behind the cushions and the pillows, because it was everything. It's funny, it's crazy, it's over the top, and the little comedy moments, the way it's done so cleverly, it actually makes you just laugh. Like, I don't spoilers, like,
The Santa Claus scene.
he blew up the kids. It's like, I didn't think he'd go that far. There was a bit when he was giving out toys. I thought he was going to start giving out body parts.
Yeah.
All right, he's giving out toys. Boom, blew him up. And that bit when
the Santa Claus scene was funny as hell. When he gets super excited because he sees Santa Claus.
And then the bit where he was listening into the boyfriend and girlfriend talking, and she was like, he goes, if it sounds like you want to sleep with him, and he went like that, and then she goes, no, he's not my type, and he went, it was that. I was like, little things like that. It was funny, very over the top, bloody macabre, and all kinds of stuff. But to me, when I watched it, I think I literally had a smile on my face the whole time, and I liked it more than 1 and 2. So, big shout out to Damien Leone.
Yeah, he would, Leone. Yeah, he would love you, because I remember he asked me when Terrifier 2 came out. He was like, "So which one's your favorite?" And I was like, "I'm gonna be honest with you, I like 1 more than 2." He's like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah, like I don't know, like I like the simplisticness of 1. Like it kind of follows it follows that generic, simplistic horror storyline. It's really. I know it comes off as cookie cutter.
Part 2 goes. You could say Part 2 is a little bit more Hollywood. Like 3 is. It's a little bit more Hollywood, glossy, and it's got a few more bits and pieces. The first one is very dark, dingy, indie. Like it felt like one of those 70s, 80s B movies where it could be real or something. It just felt like, yeah, I get it. I get what you mean.
Yeah. All right. Coming in at number. Let's see. Coming in at number 2, we have Late Night with the Devil for me. I thought Late Night with the Devil was one of the best movies last year, and I searched high and low for a movie to dethrone it, and I did get a movie to finally dethrone it, which I think our number 1 is probably going to be the exact same damn movie. But Late Night with the Devil was the movie that was getting competed with. To me, it was everything. The cinematography in it. David Damashian did a freaking fantastic job as the lead. If you guys haven't seen him, he's in Prisoners as well too, which is also a really good movie with him. And I don't know why I was about to call him Logan. What's his real name? What's his real name? Logan. Wolverine. What's his real name? Hugh Jackman. All right. Anyway, yeah. Prisoners with Hugh Jackman. But David Damashian does a really good job. This movie embodies the concept of like a 70s TV show. Like it looks grainy, it looks old, and I thought it was really well done. Even the little possession scene in the movie came off really cool. Again, the worm scene or whatever, when the guy turns into a worm, comes off as kind of weird. It kind of threw me off for a little bit, but then it jumped back into the movie and got right back on board. But overall, that movie was freaking fantastically shot. Thought it was a great freaking movie. Enjoyed myself thoroughly while watching it. And I wasn't sure anything was going to be better than it, and I was surprised. But yeah, I think it did really good. And it was cool because it even used concepts and ideas that were that were actual stories at that time. Like people were really worried about witches and witchcraft and freaking, you know, satanic cults and shit. Like that was really a thing, you know, and it really embodied the whole concept of late night television, like Jay Leno's
It
show.
really
And
did. It felt like a real set. The way it was shot and the cameras that were used, it felt like it was. Sometimes you watch stuff that are based in the 70s, and yeah, it looks good. This looked like it was. It really was. Do you know what I mean? And even the acting, the way the cheesiness and the way it was all done, yeah, 100%. As I said, the ending just let me down a little bit, so it kind of dropped it in there. But it's still in my top 5, so you know.
yeah, definitely. All right, go ahead. What's your number 2?
Can you guess?
Shit. Aliens Romulus.
Bingo. Yes, Alien Romulus. How can I not say that after my lifetime of loving aliens? And I was not disappointed. It gave me everything I wanted it to be. By the way, you know the lead girl on it?
Yeah.
That's the camera girl from Civil War.
Real? Oh, okay. She did look familiar. Okay.
Anyway, so as I say, I was expecting all this kind of woke stuff coming in on it as well, but I didn't find any of that. I love the throwbacks to the old one and the other things. I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh, too many men berries." I was like, "Yeah, so what? They're good," you know. But it still had its own story going on. Loved every minute of it. Yeah, again, it may not be the greatest film of the year, but me being an Aliens fan, seeing a new Alien movie that kicked ass, I loved it. Number 2.
Yeah.
It could have come in number 1 just because of how much I love aliens, but there was one that I can't deny is we both know it's the same.
So no, I think we both have the same number 1. Substance.
Yeah, I think after I watched it, I was like, Davey, you got to see this craziness. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you were like, you gotta watch this shit. And I'm like, and I was wanting to watch it too, but the thing about it was like finding it. It was on other websites, you know, but I wanted to watch it in really good quality and not have to worry about like any
Yeah.
sort of interruptions or anything. So I waited until it was put officially on like a stream to play platform, like, you know, Amazon Prime or Fandango or whatever the case may be. But we both agree The Substance was a fucking fantastic movie. Like
Yeah.
that shit was top notch. And the director actually recently announced that he will not do a sequel to this movie. So that's good. It's funny because somebody threw out an idea where I was like, yo, like, you know what? Like that actually sounds like a pretty damn good idea. So just listen to this idea. I think it's actually pretty damn good. There's a guy, right, who he did something wrong when he was younger, and he ends up going to prison for like his whole fucking life, right? So his whole life is essentially wasted because, like, you know, he's in jail. So when he comes out, he's like this 70-year-old man and shit. He's old as fuck. And so he decides to they figure out that he's a perfect candidate for the substance. And he tries it or whatever, and then whatever you want to do from there. So I thought that was a cool little premises.
Of course. But then after that, we're going to be doing the same thing after that, you know, the back and forward sort of thing. But regardless, sounds good.
Well, it also depends because then that comes with its own problems. You know what I'm saying? Like that also comes with its own problems. Yeah, the idea might kind of come off as similar, but you don't have to go about it as extreme. Like really, she was trying to capture her youthfulness in a form of beauty, right? And like that was her whole thing. And like she was concerned about being beauty because of her freaking financial security and so on and so forth. And this person is really just trying to recapture his youth because he lost it, you know. So I don't know. I thought that would have been a cool idea. But go ahead. What were you gonna say?
What I was going to say is about I remember I kept hearing about this is gross. It's Demi Moore's greatest acting she's ever done, and it's supposed to be as gross as The Terrifier. And I'm like, nah, no way. What are you talking about? There's no chance there's nothing that can top that. Yep. So I had to know. I had to see. So I watched it, and there was a lot of nudity in it, which was great for me. I loved all that jumping around. But to me, one of the things that I like most about the film and the story is that they start becoming two separate people.
Yeah.
They kept telling you, no, you're the same, you're the one, you're the same. She was like, no, she's doing it. She goes, remember, you're the same person. But they seemed like they were becoming two different people. Like, like one was just over abusing, and she just seemed like a different person completely. And I liked the way technically in the end they was very separate. But then I have to say, the film had its serious moments, then crazy, but then it went full crazy. I was, oh my god, it's like the fly cross with the thing sort of thing. It was all over the place, but it was fun with it. It just went mental, and I thought the story was good, the acting was good, the effects. I couldn't tell what was CGI and practical in it, but the story. I was even tense, like when she's not. Is it 7 days when she wouldn't swap back or all that? You could feel the tension. This is going to go bad, and every time it was a bit longer, it was going to go bad. But she was chasing her down the hallway and stuff like that. I was like, what the hell's going on here, Yeah. And she did that Deadpool thing when she put the mask over her, the paper mask over her face.
Oh yeah.
It just went crazy, but it was funny. But yeah, I think it was very original. I mean, you have films where,
Demi Moore did a really good job in that movie too.
but like you have films where they swap bodies, so we've seen that before. But not
Freaky
like
Friday.
this way, 1 week on, 1 week off, where they become two people. Again, original, crazy, that's the body horror, you could call it, really, isn't it?
It's definitely body horror.
Sometimes body horror is so messed up as well, it's like The Fly and stuff like that. So yeah, it was. But yeah, for me, when I watched it, I actually nearly wanted to watch it again straight away, sort of thing. So that's a big deal for me. I never do that anymore.
And that's a long movie too, so that's a big commitment of watching it immediately afterwards again. Yeah, that was one of the movies that really compelled me last year. Like watching it, I was like, this, like, again, not too many movies made me feel like, fuck, this is a good movie,
Yeah.
That movie had me stuck the whole time I was watching it. I cringed during it, I laughed during it. It was everything that you wanted. Demi Moore did an amazing job as a lead in that movie. They fucking completely transformed her into that beast, and it's kind of crazy because that character kind of suited her. Demi Moore has been looked at as this beautiful lady and beautiful actress in Hollywood. And, like a lot of these Hollywood actors and actresses have like a hard time accepting that they too are victims of age, and they try to beat it by doing a lipo or freaking like tummy tucks or like some sort of like facial injections and so on and so forth. But, nobody is greater. Nobody is stronger than Father Time. Father Time defeats all. And to watch her character like try to turn back the hands of time to kind of like retrieve back that youthfulness that she once had, because it was really only just to obtain her job security, like her legacy type shit. Like it was really her whole motivation behind it was fed by ego only. And that's what made it really good, because it's a real thing. You have this person who's deemed to be beautiful. They're always on TV. The reason that they got the job is because they're beautiful. And then you slowly see them start phasing out because they're losing their attractiveness. Now, all of a sudden, it's like they have to sit back and deal with the reality of it, and for them to be given an option, like a lot of these Hollywood actors and actresses do, like with like all the different types of plastic surgery, they take it in order to gain that youthfulness, but at the same time, sometimes it makes them become monsters. Like we've seen like a couple of Hollywood elites who are always like these super beautiful people, and then now they look like fucking Frankenstein creatures and shit because they fucked up their faces with using all this damn Botox and facial surgeries and shit. So I mean, I think it's really great. It's a great movie. It's metaphoric. I thought it was one of the best films of last year, and it's probably been the best film that came out in the last couple of years. So kudos to them.
Yeah, definitely. I want to shout out to Dennis Quaid on it as well, because I thought he was really good on it. He was a typical sleazebag producer sort of thing, you know what I mean? But he was just over the top, and I've never seen him that kind of character before. So I just wanted to give a shout out to him. Actually, I thought everyone was good on it. Everyone. And I just want to say this last thing is, do you know how good it was? Was that normally when I'm watching something, I want to know who is this person behind this injection, liquid, whatever it is, potion. I wanted, normally I wanted to know who, why, what. I was so engulfed with the whole main story. I didn't even think about that towards the end because really it is something. Where is it? Who is it? What's going on here? Like, I didn't even think. I was so engulfed with what was going on with Demi Moore's character and all this other stuff. I didn't even think of it. And normally that's one of the main thing. Hold on, what's going on here? That's stupid. Who's done? So like I didn't even question that. So that was good. So to me, brilliant. Number one.
Yeah. So that's our top 5 movies of 2024. Let us know in the comment section down below what is your top 5s. Let us know some of your honorable mentions. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, all that good stuff. Go to his channel at Copycat Recipe Reviews and make sure to like his videos. He just made a fucking deep fried sausage wrapped egg. Shit sounds crazy, but go ahead and check it out if that's what you're into. But he makes a lot of other shit. He made dough. He made bread for the first time, which was a fun watch. So if you guys are into like watching cooking videos, I would definitely say give him a watch because he's just like you and me. Like if you guys aren't freaking professional cooks and shit, he's literally the average Joe just cooking meals and following recipes just like we all do. He makes mistakes just like we all do. And I mean, to me, it's like the real human experience that we deal with on a day-to-day basis. You said what?
And pranking people.
Oh yeah, he tried to prank Kate, but that was a conversation for another day. But let us know in the comment section down below your top 5. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to his channel, so on and so forth. And you are now exiting the Cinema Chop Shop. Hope you guys are having a great day. Adios, homies.
Bye.
I want to play a game. Subscribe now. The choice is yours. You're now exiting the Cinema Chop Shop.